Hey guys, it's Katarina. I was gonna make an introduction video and I recorded it like 7 times because I'm never okay with shit that I record. But I decided instead to get my video a little. I'm sorry about this poor camera quality. I'm using my fucking phone. My pod camera hasn't come in yet, but to get a little started, to get started a little bit, kind of just give you an idea of what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm about to tell you about my high school experience and what I think about high school, and it's not all going to be bad. But I did graduate on May 23rd of 2016, so it's been quite a ride since, but it was an even more up and down kind of thing in high school. Like, okay, so we're going to start with my freshman year. My freshman year, I started high school, and on my first fucking day, there was a girl running around screaming to another girl, "Bitch, I got you a weed, what are you gonna do about it?" And I was like, yeah, this is my high school experience. Like, these are the stories I'm gonna tell my kids one day, and they're gonna be like, "Mom, you went to a ghetto-ass school." And for reference, I went to Burke, and that was fun. So, like, other than that, my freshman year, nothing really too noteworthy happened, except I met, like, my best friend. Literally, no, actually, like, on the first day of school, I met my best friend, who is still my best friend. I'm not gonna say her name because she hates when I talk about her, like, on videos or to other people because she's kind of shady like that. But I'll tell you the story of how we met at Burke. You have to take this class all freshman year, and it's called Facts class. And I went to that class the first day, and I was like, shit, I don't know, none of these people. Well, I did, but, like, none of the people that I liked from middle school, because I had a rough middle school experience. But I sat next to her because her last name started with an S and my last name is Smith, so it was like, it was ABC alphabet organized, and I hate that shit because that's so weird. Like, I don't want to know if someone has the same last name as me. I don't really care. I don't care about any of these people. And our teacher, Miss Niebuhr, was like, we're going to play that hand game. You know that hand game where your hands like this, one person has their hands like this, and another person has their hands like this, and the person underneath the person with their hands like this has to go like this and slap someone else's hands. And if you pull your hand away like this and they don't get it, you're golden. But we played that game and I slapped her hands too hard. And ever since then, literally, we have been best friends for almost 5 years now. Actually, it's been 5 years because this past starting of school in August it marked 5 years because we met on the first day. But yo, let me tell you about the adventures I had my freshman year. I had 12 inches of fucking long curly hair, and it was... Oh, I miss it sometimes. I really miss it. And this one time, a girl put gum in my hair from here, this ear, behind this ear, all the way around to this ear, right at the back, at the nape of my neck. So I was just like... And you know, curly hair, you can't put toothpaste in, you can't put peanut butter, you can't put oil in that shit to get that gum out because that's just gonna fuck up your curls. So I just, one night, I was like, I'm sick of this shit, and I cut it all off. And then I started dyeing my hair freshman year, and that was fun, and everyone was like, you look so good with dyed hair, like, now you're not hiding behind your hair, like, literally my whole face outlook changed. I looked so innocent to, like, what I look like now. Actually, I was a little bit skinnier, but who cares? But, so that happened freshman year. Freshman year, I also had my first boyfriend, my first real boyfriend. I've had boyfriends and girlfriends since kindergarten, because I'm a little slut like that. But, his name was Adam Bratowski. It's been 5 years and I still can't pronounce his last fucking name. He was a football player, and that was back when I thought I liked dudes. In general, that's when I thought I liked dudes. I kid, I still like dudes, but I like girls more. We have much more outfit combinations. Like, girls look so much cuter than boys. I'm not trying to be, like, mean to y'all dudes, but, like, girls got it going on. I shit you not, like, I'm not gonna get into that. I'll get into that in another video. But, and I was, like, perpetually scared to kiss him or hold his hand. I'm sorry I'm, like, doing this. I can't help it. But I was scared to, like, hold his hand or kiss him or whatever. And so, we broke up, and instead of, like, really breaking up with him, I kind of just, like, stopped talking to him. And I would, like, we all sat at the same lunch table, because his friends were my friends. And he would try to sit by me, and I'd tell my friend, I'd be like, hey, sit here. And then I'd tell my other friend, hey, sit here, so he couldn't sit by me. And then one day he was like, I've had enough of this shit. I know you're breaking up with me. Why don't you just fucking say it? And I was like, I'm gay. So, sorry. And then, so fast forward to my sophomore year. Nothing really happened my sophomore year except I went to the hospital on a suicide attempt. And yes, I'm going to get that deep with you guys that fast. I attempted suicide my sophomore year, and I went to the hospital for like, I want to say a week and a half to 2 weeks. It was probably just a week and a half. I have no concept of time. And when I got back, I kind of lost more than half of that group of friends because they just, and I don't blame them, a lot of kids at that age just don't know how to deal with someone doing something that outright. Like, they don't know how to deal with those kinds of emotions, especially if they've never experienced them. So I don't blame them. A few of us reconnected later. But, so that happened. And then my junior year is when shit really got, like, awful. My junior year, a lot of people were getting pregnant, and I was not, and I was just like, pregnancy's in the air, better get some fucking disinfectant bleach and spray that shit around, because I'm not catching that shit. And, I had my first fight with my best friend my junior year, and I really fucked up my grades my junior year. And I started skipping school a lot junior year. I never did it prior, like my freshman and sophomore year. I had never skipped school. I didn't do it. I was just like, I'm a little too concerned with my grades because I know me, once I get in the habit of doing something, I never really stop doing it, and that's how I started smoking. I tried it my freshman year on the first day of school, and 5 years later, here we are. I'm smoking like a pack a day. But, so I started skipping a lot my junior year, and my junior year I took gym because I never took it my freshman year, and you have to take 2 years of it, so I took it sophomore and junior year. My junior year I took gym, and I shit you not, I skipped 4 months of that class consecutively. I did not go for 4 months. And when I did show up, my teacher was like, who are you? And I was like, you don't know me, cool, I'm gonna leave. And then when I came back the next time, he was just like, that was a nice stunt you pulled there, but I do know who you are. I know you're supposed to have my class. And he's like, and I know you haven't showed up for 4 months. You have 2 weeks of detention. And I was like, well, I'm not going to that. So I got suspended a lot my junior year because I didn't go to detentions because I skipped so much. And honestly, I don't know why they didn't just, like, give me, like, in school. They started giving me in school, my senior year, but they gave me a lot of out-of-school suspensions my junior year, and I don't know why they did that, because I was like, it wasn't like I was going in the first place. Why would you give me more days off? And so, that happened my junior year, and then my senior year, I went to homecoming, and that's the most exciting thing I did, and I had like 7 fights with my best friend, but we're still going strong, we're still good. We don't talk as much anymore, but like, we're good. She's still my best fucking friend, like, I still love her to death. But I got arrested the summer before my senior year in a different state for reasons that I won't discuss right now. That'll be like in another video where I'll be like, it's fucking story time. I'll tell you how I got arrested. But I got arrested in South Dakota the summer of my senior year, and I was just like, oh, let's never do that shit again. So it really changed my whole outlook on things and how seriously I should be taking things, and I graduated with pretty good grades. Like, they weren't A's and B's, but they were average, and that's better than what I was doing beforehand. So that was my high school experience, okay? I didn't get bullied. I wasn't like popular. I wasn't not popular. I had friends. I didn't get bullied. It wasn't anything too bad. But the thing about high school is, it doesn't matter really what you do in high school as long as you pass. And even then, that's not really a show of how intelligent you are, because those tests are designed to show you I think those tests are designed not to show you how smart you are, but to show how well you can remember things. And that's a whole different thing than being smart. Like, I can remember every fucking word to a song from a year that I wasn't even born in because I've heard it so many times. It doesn't mean I know all the facts about it. It doesn't mean I know why it was made. It doesn't mean I know what day, what year, what time of the month, what hour it was made. It's just not the same. Knowing things and remembering things are not the same. And another thing about high school is you're going to find out that in high school, not everything is for you. Things that were good with you, things that you could do in middle school, you might not be able to do in high school just because you don't have as much time. It's hard to balance home life, friendships, social life, because friendships and social life are two different things. Like, a friendship is something you already have. A social life is going out and meeting new friends. So it's hard to balance all three of those things on top of getting a job, trying to find a way to pay for a car if you have your license and you don't have a car, or trying to pay for getting a license, and all while you're trying to, like, do that shit and pass. It's hard. It's hard to do extracurriculars, and if you don't do extracurriculars, that's fine. That's completely okay. Like, no one's gonna judge you because you don't do the fucking mathletes. Like, it's just, it doesn't matter. Like, do what you want to do what you know you have time for, and if you don't have time for something, if you don't have time for your friends because you're studying for a test that's going to make or break your grade, it's okay to tell your friends, like, hey, like, I got to study for this shit because if I don't pass, I'm not going to graduate. And 9 times out of 10, your friends will not pressure you to go out. They won't be like, oh, hey, just blow off the test, you're going to do fine. Like, they'll be like, they'll encourage you. They'll be like, no, you need to pass. You need to graduate. You need to get your shit together and get your life going. So that's a good thing. Like, find yourself the right group of friends who encourage you to do better than what you're doing if they know you can do better. So, honestly, like, high school is great, and sometimes it's not so great, but you just gotta take the good with the bad, take it with a grain of salt, and move the fuck on, because all that shit people say about high school being the best years of your life, it can be, and it will be if you let it. Like, if you take those experiences and you don't, like, say you take an experience that maybe would have put you down in your feelings, like, you would feel bad about it, take that experience and say, this is something I'm gonna grow from. And that's really the best thing you can do, because not everything is gonna go your way. And you're gonna learn that in life. Like, when you're little, you get a leeway, you get things for free. But when you get older, it gets a little bit harder to get the opportunities that you want unless you work for them. And if you're getting knocked down constantly, get the fuck back up, because the people who get back up after they get knocked down so often are the people who other people look at and they're like, I want to be like that, or I want that kind of person on my team, or I want that person playing for the NFL, like, shit like that. Like, your dreams come true when you don't let reality knock you down. So that's really all I have to say about high school. Tune back in with me tomorrow, and we'll see what I have to talk about then, because I really have no idea. I have not planned that shit out. So, peace.